Grand Rising. Here's a little boy on. So, again, if I come across as angry in any of my videos, it's righteous anger, from what I've seen. And I've never been violent. Well, I mean, maybe if I had to in my past life, maybe. But recently, I don't get violent. I don't want to hit anybody. I don't want to kill anybody. I just want to make that clear. But I am angry by what I've seen. I'm very angry by the system we're a part of, and I'm having lots of questions about life, about humanity, about our system. So here's why I lost faith in law enforcement, because when I first started talking to Andrew, we connected through social media. As a content creator, I've never seen him, I've never heard of him before. But once I figured out who he was, he intrigued me. And I knew his dad had worked at the high school. And I had also known his dad to be abusive to students. Like, that's the rumor I'd heard going there. His dad was scary. Like, I just knew never to get in trouble. I was very warned about his dad when I went to Rosemont High School. I graduated in 2010 from there. And I never got in trouble in school. I probably had detention for skipping class, but I've never, I'm really afraid of authority, like very afraid of getting in trouble, of being yelled at. Like, I hate it so much. So I just stay quiet for the most part. But I have shared my opinions on the internet where my own peers do not scare me. And so when I first came out as like a Trump supporter and super MAGA, in the beginning, it was scary. It was very scary to come out. Because my generation was not MAGA when Trump first became president, and all of a sudden now they're all about MAGA, which is so crazy because it's like all this like flip that happens that I'm just like witnessing in front of me. It's crazy. But anyways, back to the law enforcement. Since I was so MAGA, I was very pro-police, very pro-law enforcement. Back my blue. I thought any of these people getting shot, oh, that's their fault. What were they doing wrong? Like, that's what I truly believed. And now I'm wondering what the truth is behind all these police shootings, because I don't trust police anymore. They cover up crimes for people. When Andrew got arrested at gunpoint with my child, like when he started telling me details about his relationship with Kirsten, how his mom had been documenting her abusive behavior, and then she asked her husband to quit talking to Kirsten, and Andrew asked his dad to stop talking to Kirsten. Like, yes, I believe that some shady shit is going on here. And then she went into Andrew's house and deleted videos and screenshots off his iPad so he didn't have the evidence he needed. That's obstruction of justice. And I asked Andrew, I said, have any of the law enforcement officers sat down and talked to you, got your statements on why you believe your mom is poisoned? And he said no, they won't. In fact, they've arrested him for phone calls and text messages trying to get a hold of his children. The OFP that was illegally put on Andrew, and Andrew kept saying I'm not guilty of anything for the order of protection, his attorney threatened, the attorney that they gave him or whatever, threatened to walk out if he didn't plead guilty. And he reported her to the bar, you guys. Andrew is not crazy or delusional. Everything I've seen him do, he's been really smart. He's super fucking smart. And he's been filing his own motions in court because these attorneys suck. They are devils, dude. They take your money. They don't actually help you out. What I saw Kirsten's attorney doing in the court, I was like, is this what our court system is being used for? She is allowing you to bully you through court documents. I mean, she's having him arrested for phone calls and text messages trying to get a hold of his daughters. The OFP is for Kirsten. It's not for his daughters. So why is the Inver Heights Police even accepting this? And why did Ath Valley Police Department arrest him for this at gunpoint, especially with my 5-year-old? I have every right to be upset about what I'm seeing. Andrew is a human being, and the way that he's been treated by the system is less than humane. He sat in solitary confinement for 5 days, was put in a mental hospital for 2 weeks against his will, and if he didn't take their pills, then they were going to keep him there longer. So what choice did he have? And the reason why they court ordered him to be injected with whatever, which he wasn't injected with because he did comply, but they court ordered him to be injected because he said the system is evil. The same system that literally just destroyed his life. He couldn't even get a job. He couldn't do DoorDash. He still has a hard time because his record says he's a domestic abuser. He tried to sell his house. She kept blocking the sale of his house. Even when we were going on our way to go have the title company, we're on our way to the title company to have it signed over. He gets a call from the closing agent, I think, or whoever it was very inappropriate, whatever title company this was. I used to work for a title company. And he's saying, you're not supposed to be selling your house. You're a domestic abuser. This man is saying this to Andrew on the phone. Andrew has never abused Kirsten, ever. Ever. She was the abusive one. She chased him in the house with a hammer. She was killed his Xbox or whatever, his PlayStation, whatever he had. Like, she was abusive in their relationship. Deleted all of his friends' numbers on his phone. Like, she stalked him. Like, he wanted a divorce from her, and she would not allow him to divorce her. And now she has destroyed his life. And then on the court documents, she wants, like, full access to his whole life. I'm, like, reading these papers, and I'm like, this is terrifying that this is our court system. Terrifying. And then I'm having harassment restraining orders filed on me by Tim and Kirsten committing perjury, saying I encouraged harassment on Tim Conboy. No, I encouraged, what I was doing on TikTok was I was breaking down my investigation. I was sharing the documents I was requesting. I was sharing what I was reading in the court, on the court documents. That's what I was sharing, and I was sharing my investigation. Andrew was sharing his own investigation, and I shared his post, which is what got me in trouble for sharing Andrew's post on why he believes his mother was poisoned. And he has been silenced the entire time, and so have I. I'm still not legally allowed to talk about Tim Conboy, but what he did is abusive. He abused the system, and I have proof of it. I have proof. I have my constitutional rights violated in the Dakota County judicial system. This is what's happening in our courtrooms. Andrew has been abused by the system. Thankfully I didn't go to jail, but I was facing criminal charges. I had to go literally, this is the ironic part, is when I had to go, because I had my criminal charges filed on me, I'm getting that mail, my heart is like beating, like, oh my God, every time you get a court thing from court, I'm just like, every time I see a police officer, I'm like, I'm scared. I'm scared of the system that we're living in. I don't know if I'm ever going to go to jail for this stuff or what exactly is happening, but what is happening is like it's not legal. It's not legal. And again, I don't trust law enforcement anymore. I don't trust our system. I was sharing my investigation on TikTok, and I had harassment restraining orders filed against me by these two people. They both commit perjury. They both try to silence me, okay? They threatened to throw me in jail. They threatened to call CPS on me if I didn't delete my posts. Kirsten told the court that I made threats of violence to her and her daughters. And then she put posts in there that had nothing to do with her. So now she's harassing me. She put a post in there that me and my friend had a conversation, which, excuse my language, I don't care. I like funny, raunchy stuff. And it was something like, oh, I knew you had a pretty little pussy. It was what some guy said to my friend. And so I laughed. I made a status about it. Like, that's so funny that this guy said this to her. Like, cringy, is what I said. And Kirsten wrote in the order, I'm worried this is the way Andrew speaks to the respondent. What does that have to do with her? That's her harassing me. I mean, the things that she put in this order, I'm like, I got a whole book in the mail, you guys. And I got this stuff, and she's talking about how she saw during Andrew's hockey career, he's mentally unstable. He had all these, like, blows to the head. Like, she's just rambling on in this whole document. Rambling on like she did on the order for protection on Andrew. And they approved this. The court approved this shit. And now he's fucked. He doesn't have money for an attorney. He's paying her child support. She has not allowed him to see or speak to his daughters since June 28, 2023. And when he tried to contact him via the phone and text messages from Florida, she still had him arrested. She's withholding those children. Over 2 years now. Over 2 years, Andrew, it's been since he has seen or spoken to his 4 daughters. This is abusive behavior. She has abused the court system, and she's using it to abuse Andrew. She used law enforcement to abuse Andrew. And I tried to report this to the athletic law enforcement. I called and I told this guy what was happening, and he laughed at me. And I was like, okay, well, maybe you'll figure it out, whatever. Let it go for a little while. I called Kendra Wubin at Rosemount, and I said, what's the status of Kathleen's investigation on her murder, her death? And she said, we need documents. And I'm like, I called Andrew, I said, she wants documents. It's not Andrew's job to investigate his mother's death, but when he did investigate, it looks very suspicious that Tim Conboy murdered his wife. Like, when you find out that Paul Larson, the officer who works with them at Rosemount High School, called off the Hennepin County medical examiner that she was cremated within 48 hours after dying, that there's no autopsy at all. Like, everything that happened and the way that they treated Andrew for questioning his mom's death, yes, I believe that there is something going on here. I know it sounds crazy to a lot of people, but after what I've been a witness to and after what I've experienced, I believe Andrew. The way they've treated him is horrible. His sister, his dad, his wife have told the whole town, oh, Andrew's crazy. He's on drugs. Look I got a civil commitment to prove it. I got the civil commitment to prove it. She even tried to use it in my order for in her order for protection against me, her harassment restraining order. She tried to use his civil commitment on my order. First of all, we're here for me and you, not for me and Andrew. Okay, so why are you bringing up Andrew so much? Why are you bringing up a civil commitment? That ended. The judge even said he should have never been committed. So why are you using the civil commitment everywhere? That's what they did. They got the civil commitment approved by Tim Wormager, the same judge who violated my constitutional rights, said I wasn't allowed to talk about Tim Conway anywhere on the internet with zero evidence. Tim's like, oh, my daughter-in-law, she has all the evidence. She's got the evidence. Okay, but you have to bring it here in this court hearing. Why don't you have to show evidence to this judge? So when Andrew says his dad is receiving special treatment in the system, and that's why nothing's being done about this, when he's literally gone everywhere, the BCA, the Capitol, I mean, he has gone everywhere. I have watched this man do it. He's put it on his website. And the law enforcement officers are arresting him for phone calls and text messages. Yes, I believe law enforcement has something to do with covering up the murder of Kathleen Conboy. After what I've been a witness to, you guys are covering up a crime. I have tried to report this to Lakeville Police. They are covering up a crime. I hope this is being investigated. This needs to be investigated. This is happening in Dakota County. What I have seen them do to Andrew, I am going to repeat this a million times, is so inhumane. Prisoners get more rights to their children than Andrew's gotten. I have cried for him. I have cried for his daughters because the damage this is going to do on his daughters from what she has done is so damaging. I come from a child from a broken family. I know what this does. And then she coerced the kids what to say to the guardian ad litem. Like, why would Andrew have anything to do with the system and any of that stuff when you've literally damaged this man? You've put him in solitary confinement for 5 days, had him arrested in front of his daughters, had him arrested in front of my daughter. This is what Andrew went through. He had to literally leave and go to college just to get away from all of the harassment and abuse. Went there with no money. I drove out there, brought him some blankets for his bed and stuff. But what I have seen Andrew go through is like, most people would have themselves. But Andrew is the most inspiring man I have ever witnessed in my entire life. He is the best father I have ever experienced. And maybe he wasn't the best when he was with Kirsten. I don't know what their relationship was like. I know a little bit of their relationship because we have had conversations. But to me, like, I've dealt with being thrown on the ground. I have dealt with abusive behavior from other men. I have dealt with mental unstableness. So when Kirsten tries to claim this about Andrew, that he is mentally unstable or that he has all these issues, like what she's painting him in the court is not true. Because I have witnessed that in my past relationships. She's describing my ex-boyfriends, which you can go look up. My ex-boyfriend, if you looked up his name, has domestic charges on his record from destroying his parents' house. He's destroyed people's things. He'd punch holes in his walls and I'd break up with him. So I know he's never hit me, but we'd yell at each other. We were constantly putting each other down, yelling at each other. It was just a very toxic relationship. We were both Christians doing this, you know, so that's why I got out of religion, because I was like, ooh, that made me an ugly person being religious. And look what they did to Andrew. His sister claims in court, oh, we're Christians. We would never do this. Because what I have seen is a different story, lady. I wish I would have been at that court hearing when he took his dad to civil court. Andrew's brave. He is the most brave man I've ever met. And maybe he doesn't say or do things the right way all the time, but he is a fucking smart man. And again, what they did to him is less humane. And like my family members who have treated him like shit because of those documentations, like I have family members who have treated Andrew like garbage due to what Kirsten did to his name. She destroyed his character in the court. It's super fucking illegal, defamed his character. They tried to defame my character, talking about me having mental health problems. Like, no. You're not going to diagnose me over a video. It's called entertainment, and that's what they did with Andrew. Like, oh, look at his videos, showing his videos. Like, her attorney was used to harass and stalk Andrew's videos and make a Excel spreadsheet of all of his videos. He's an entertainer. He played professional hockey. He doesn't care what people think about him. He's an entertainer. His mind works in different ways. Why is he being discriminated against? Because what? What did he do that was so illegal? What did he do that was so dangerous? What has he done? Tell me. I need to know why he can't have his daughters. I need to know what he did that was so abusive to her. I have questions that law enforcement and the court should be asking, but they're not. They're just approving documents so silly, willy-nilly. I don't trust our judicial system. I don't trust our law enforcement. I have every right not to after what I've been a witness to. I am a witness. And I am sharing here on social media because it's the only place that I can use my voice without what? I've tried to go to law enforcement officers multiple times. So, I want to let you, we the people, know what your judicial system is being used for. And Andrew's not the only one that is going through this. I have had people reaching out to me with their stories across the country of what the courts are doing to them. And I'm like, You want to talk about being desensitized? I am being desensitized. I am like crying for people I don't even know because they're having their children taken away by CPS for reasons that they should not. They have no business taking these children away from their parents. And the damage this is going to cause in these kids is like, I've cried. I cry. I look at Avalani and I'm like, oh my God, I can't imagine somebody trying to take her away from me like that. Like the anger that you'd feel, the fire that you'd feel the inside trying to fight for your kid in these courts that just abuse you and make up lies about you, make assumptions on you. They don't even know who you are. That's what our court systems are being used for. We are at a war right now. It's a civil war, and it's not a physical fight. It's psychological. And we are doing it to each other. Me and my ex-husband, when we got divorced, like he sends his child support to my bank, to Avaloni's account, and I take it out, and that's how we do it. We don't go through any child support system. When I try to get a little bit of assistance, they told me I had to sign away my child support rights to the state of Minnesota. I'm like, absolutely not. I don't need to do that. I will just find ways to make cash to feed my family. My dad is helping me the way he can right now. I'm going to work on my businesses, get those built up, so that way I can actually have something for me and my children so we don't have to worry about this governmental system. It's not helping anybody. And these churches aren't helping people either. You're giving your money to these churches, but yet I have single moms who have told me they've gone to River Valley Church asking for help, and they don't help them. They have them live with a family who then controls their entire life and let them have friends over, accuses their kids of stealing money. Like, that's what these Christians are doing. They're taking all of your money, and they're not helping people who actually need help. It's the entire system. It's the government system. It's the churches. It's all of it. I don't know what the hell we are under, but I don't think we won World War II. I think that they actually came here and took over and did the same thing they're doing in Nazi Germany over here. When you look at the experimental drugs, the COVID vaccine, I mean, every single code of the Nuremberg Code is violated, like every point of it during all that stuff. They forced you to breathe in your own gas. Like, they gassed you out. They gassed people out with ventilators. I mean, remdesivir, the only approved drug during COVID for the hospitals, was killing people. Look up the side effects of remdesivir. It says respiratory failure. But people were being cured with ivermectin. I was listening to podcasts from doctors who were being honest, not the system. And I was getting a whole different narrative of what was going on during COVID than the rest of the world who consumes the media. They lie to you. They lie to you. They make up shit. They twist the truth. They're not honest. And I see a lot of people just glued to the news. Oh, did you hear what happened? Oh, did you hear this story? I'm like, it is a story. They're telling you a story for a reason, to make you scared to live your life. They create fear. The media, the churches, all of it creates fear in you. And I'm going to sit here and live fearlessly, and I'm going to speak up for the truth and the things that I've seen, because I have seen a lot of things in my life, especially campaigning for politicians. I have been around a lot of politicians. I've been at the Capitol during all those rallies, and, people out there with their signs and stuff. I have seen a lot of things. I've been to at the governor's mansion or whatever. Not the time they trashed it, the time before that, when he put the order on the state to stay in, whatever. We all went out, we protested, right? We showed that, hey, we're not going to comply to this. I did my part as a human. I did the best I could, and now all I can do is share my story and the things I've witnessed and seen. And the system that we're part of and the behaviors I've seen from people is less than appealing to me. Okay, like, I want to escape on an island somewhere and just start my brand new tribe. Like, that's what I want for my life. That would be a dream come true, is to, like, escape this prison. It's a prison here in America. And I've had people from other countries tell me about their lives over there, and they are living much better lives in their countries. The food's better. It's healthier. They are killing us in America. It's not a conspiracy. This is, like, the truth. When you look at our healthcare system, when you look at law enforcement, what they're doing to people, when you look at the judicial system, they are imprisoning people, making people to be criminals that aren't criminals. Like, that's a big money laundering system. It's a pyramid scheme. And this is what Andrew was talking about. And this is why they made him, like, think that he was crazy. But he actually knows what he's talking about. We just watched it. We both personally witnessed our court system completely violate our constitutional rights. There is no constitution. There is no rights. We don't have any. We just watched it happen. And what do you do? Where do you report it to? Because we've tried reporting it everywhere. So where are we supposed to report the corruption to? The only place I have to report this to is to social media. Because I don't know where else to go, you guys. And honestly, this is so sad that, like, if Andrew even gets an attorney, it's like, what he's going to do? Take his money and run? That's what these attorneys are doing. So he just can't see his kids at all. He even posted on his website, Kirsten, have my daughters contact me. She gave him 2 phones and she threw them in the garbage. The system is trafficking children. And Andrew's daughters are being trafficked right now. The fact that they have they're not allowed to talk to their dad at all. How damaging is this? I mean, this is a war. Usually, your dads go off to war. It was they're gone for 6 months. My dad would leave for 6 months, for deployment. It's 2 years. Over 2 years of no contact with his daughters. And he just gets up every day, just does his thing, and he still continues to be a great dad for Avalani and for Boyan, and continues to be a great partner for me. He's changed my life in the most amazing way. He's the most inspiring person I've ever met, and what he's been through is awful. It's inhumane, and justice needs to be served, and I do believe it's coming. One day soon, hopefully, and I hope very soon that he is reunited with his daughters. And when I wrote on Facebook, someone needs to bring him and his daughters, I meant somebody from the county, somebody from the community. Somebody needs to bring this man his daughters back, because what he's been through, this is evil. I'd be considered evil, and it's Christians who did it. Based off their own egos and their own fears. They destroyed an innocent man's life for trying to report that he believes his mother was poisoned. He has very legitimate reasons why he believes this. And they completely destroyed his life and his character. He was crucified through these courts. That's what I was seeing happening. That's what I was trying to report on the internet, and I was silenced, and I will not be silenced. So anyways, I love you. Have a great day.